Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is many a true nerd. Welcome back to our Fallout tale of Two Wastelands, where last time we took our first steps out into the wastelands. And bloody hell were they productive steps, because I saw a whole bunch of people being very jealous down the comments, saying in all their years playing Fallout 3, they've never even seen the Firelands, and I just stumbled across it at level 5. Magnificent. It was a lovely day of adopting dogs, enslaving snipers, and solving decade-long mysteries about a tiny house. But today, how about instead we get back on the main plot track? We're supposed to be speaking to Colin Moriarty, because he's the only person who knows where our dad is, either by speaking to him directly or by interacting with his terminal in the back room in the bar, except, despite what the Pip-Boy may say, that's not actually true. This was the generation, of course, that introduced the Pip-Boy having a radio, which does a couple of really clever, elegant things. One, gives you a choice of soundtrack, because, just keep the radio off if you'd rather have your experience in the wasteland be haunting and lonely, or if you'd rather it be nice and jazzy and you're having a lovely adventure, turn it on, you get some nice jazzy music. But the other thing the radio's really good for is providing you with live feedback for missions you've done. So you might just tune in one day and 3Dog comment, "Oh my goodness, the lone wanderer from Vault 101 just burnt down the puppy orphanage. What a bastard, the puppies didn't even do anything to her." Except, as I say, funny old thing, sometimes 3Dog just kind of skips a couple of pages ahead in the script, and gives you information that you're not supposed to know yet. And this exact point in this mission is one of those times.
To the northwest of Megaton is this vault, Vault 101. Well, wouldn't you know it, someone's come out of it again. And, I kid you not, he came to visit yours truly right here in the studio. Now this cat, James is his name, had been in a hole for years. He needed to know what was what out here in the beautiful capital wasteland. So I, the great and powerful 3Dog, set my brother straight. I told him what was what. Well, the winners, the losers, the movers, and the shakers.
So there you go, right there on Galaxy News Radio, I have just been told by 3Dog, by the way, if you've noticed I've moved, literally had to move closer to the DC ruins to get a good signal at this point of the game, but yes, I have just been told where my dad is, alright, or at least where he was. I now know he went to GNR. But apparently my character zoned out a bit because I don't know that. The game actually tells you on the radio where your dad is, but it doesn't update the mission log. Though while I was waiting for the right news report, because yes, there are many, it is random which one you get, I did have time to nip back to the Super Duper Mart and top up my beautiful rocket launcher. Because as it turns out, there's like 150 bent tin cans and tin cans inside this place. So, okay, the rocket launcher's good to go for some time. So, just to make sure we don't need to bother paying Moriarty, just to slip into the back room. We've literally already used this terminal already. But this time we're not after, any drug problems or anything. Nope, instead, visitors. And here we go, James, Vault 101. And now I know he's gone to GNR to meet 3Dog, even though I literally already heard it on the radio. Okay, we have a destination, let's head into the DC ruins. And we all know what that means. Go underground, go through a tunnel, change into a different tunnel for some reason, then go a bit more underground, then pop up somewhere more interesting. And I can hear some of you groaning from here, because it's fairly widely regarded, I've heard many times, that the metro tunnels are many people's least favourite part of the game. And that is Bethesda's fault. Alright, I've been thinking about this for a long time, and I think I've realised why the metro tunnels generally are a bit boring and frustrating to many people. And it's because Bethesda just doesn't take the time to teach you how to navigate them. And today, I'm gonna fix that. Okay, let's start with some basics here. The DC ruins are effectively a self-contained barricaded area denoted by the white lines on both sides of the river. But that doesn't mean once you get inside this area, you can explore the ruins. technical limitations meant that it just wasn't really practical to have a single giant environment like we have in Fallout 4 with Boston. Instead, within this walled-off area, there are a series of what I think of as bubbles, individual internal areas that are entirely self-contained. If you want to get from one to the other, you have to go down into the metro, navigate through the metro, and come up in the right place. Which means if you're not familiar with how to navigate the metro and find your own way, you're going to have a frustrating time when it comes to finding your way through the ruins. And you know who the real villain is? It's the quest marker. Like, much has been said about Bethesda and quest markers, but I think this is possibly its greatest crime. So, here we go. This station right here. This is Farragut West Metro Station. The first metro station you will come across, most likely. And this is such a baffling first introduction to the Fallout 3 metro system, because this station is not actually connected to the metro station. Just to close the door for a second so the mole rats don't get fighty at all. But yes, you come down into the station and straight away it's collapsed. So there is no way to actually access the metro station via this metro station. Still, before we dive any deeper, may as well, yes, go into the back office, make sure you grab yourself a metro ticket, because, well, let's just say we're going to be needing one in just a second. Loot the place first, of course, because over here we go, a Protectron robot. Beautiful.
Scanning for valid ticket. Verified. Thank you for riding with Metro.
There we go. He knows I have a ticket, so me and him are cool with each other. However, would you believe those bloody mole rats don't have a ticket? And here we go. A robot friend moves into position to help out with the local pass, but yes indeed. Robot friend has plenty of lovely, lovely armor. He is going to melt these bastards. Or rather, I suppose to be precise, burn them to ash. Okay, you know what? We'll call it a draw. So yes, your very first trip into the metro system, you don't actually use the metro tunnels. Instead, you just sort of go this way, into the backstage area, into some, like, I don't know, maintenance tunnels, something, and I want to nip down here anyway, because there is some really good loot dotted about. Ah, here we go, though yes, I may have forgotten, loot I am not high enough level to actually get hold of, so there is a skill book inside this safe, which would be lovely. Also could open it with this terminal, which I also can't open. So, okay, better and better for me right there. What I can get, however, is, yes, just the utility gate key, but that's very easy locked anyway, so that there, a little bit on the unnecessary side. Now, there are a handful of ghouls, but those are ghouls who appear to be standing, yes, right behind a gate where to get to me, they would have to run along a narrow walkway. Kind of a perfect scenario for my beautiful rocket launcher, but you know what? As I'm carrying over 20 frag mines, may as well just, you know, leave a nice trap for a handful of those bastards. Just to get over to here, crack it open, continue firing at cans at the same time. That was one Roma dead, and then, oh yeah, they are being annihilated by cans. I'm just defeating these ghouls by shooting cans at them. Oh, the rocket launcher is just hilarious. I love it. And speaking of which, don't litter, pick up the cans again, we can use them later. Completely 100% reusable ammo. I love it. And downstairs from the ghoul ambush, another average locked door with another skill book behind it. So, yes, actually, this very early section of the game really does reward you if you've bothered to specialise in either science or lockpick, but no, that's not where we're actually going. Instead, we just keep on keeping on, and having got to the end of this completely random tunnel, we now leave Farragut West Station, and instead enter Tenley Town / Friendship Station. Except we don't actually enter a station. Instead, yes, we're now just on a metro track, and instead of having to figure out where we are and what we're doing, there are just signs in the wall, follow the arrows, and, okay. I will defend this game till the end of time, but this I think was an earnest mistake by Bethesda. They completely got the introduction to the metro system wrong, and the knock-on effect is, years later, the strongest memory most of us have of the metro tunnels is being completely hopelessly lost in the bastards. You see, I'd wager a fair few of you just assume that the only way to get to GNR is via Farragut. That's just the way to go. But it's not. Farragut is just the station that is nearest by to Megaton, so you can get from your first city to underground as fast as possible. But I'm going to show you a different way it could have been done. A way I would argue is much more interesting, because remember that whole Tenley Friendship Station thing? That station is the dot just around the corner, and you can get to that from the Wasteland, even though it kind of looks like it should be beyond the wall of a locked away stuff that you can only access from below. No, there is actually one more entrance to the DC ruins from the north, and it's this station right here. So we're going to walk around the corner to that, and I'm going to show you what I think would have been a way more appropriate introduction to the metro tunnels. Though on the way past, we're not going to ignore this bridge, because if I'm remembering right... Oh yeah, one frag of mine right there. Just grab that, and that means in here we've got ourselves a Duck and Cover, a pretty damn good book actually. Never gonna say no to explosives being a higher. Mines being better, that is a good thing. So here we go, we're just gonna make our way east along this road. There might well be a handful of, yeah, raiders just dotted about. Shouldn't be a huge deal of trouble. In fact, yep, they're going down and no problem whatsoever. Does that man have hands on his belt? Were they always there? Because I'd never noticed those before. Okay, that would indeed appear to be, a pair of hands, so... Right, that's why the sadist armor is called sadist armor, is it? Because it's got a pair of hands attached to it. Okay, fascinating. So here we go, just down the road, barely around the corner from where we started. And yeah, you can see here I'm pretty much bang on where I would have got to by going via Farragut West, but it would make all the difference in the world if rather than just saying, hey, follow the quest marker and follow the signs painted on the wall, someone in Megaton had instead said, hey, go to this station, then follow the line south. Just follow the signs until you get to this station, because once you start reading the map and understanding things, everything gets a lot easier. Because here we go, we are officially at Friendship Station right now. Beautiful. So there we go. It's right to the north because it's the only one beyond the edge of the giant wall that marks the north of the DC ruins. And the reason that door was marked Friendship/Tenley was because it goes into the tunnel between Friendship and Tenley Town. Though the game doesn't at any point explain that. It's just a random series of words you would have no reason to know. And wouldn't it just make so much more sense for someone to just say, go to Friendship, go down to the platform, then follow the tunnel south. Make sure you're following the signs so you're going southbound, go one station, then come up at Tenley Town, and you'll be there. Because that's what you have to do, and that would be such a better introduction to the idea of navigating. Oh, and here's some nice luck by the way, just as I was passing by Friendship Heights here. Okay, the flipping Brotherhood Outcast just rolled up, so, alright, that's nice to see. They're just dealing with some lovely raiders for me. They've brought a robot and everything. No power armor, mind, so okay, this guy might be about to die momentarily, and okay, there is just a massive scrap going on between multiple... Uh-oh. No, never mind, there was a power armor lad. He had a bloody flamethrower and everything, so... Alright, lads, you seem nice and chill now. Any chance you'd like to put your base on my map?
Hey, local, shouldn't you be banging rocks together or something?
Okay, well, that's just bloody rude right there. Oh, but one interesting casualty caught in the crossfire here. Okay, so hunting rifles that mutants have aren't hunting rifles anymore, because, yes, they can't be. There's a different hunting rifle that's completely different in New Vegas. So now the basic rifle that mutants have is the .32 rifle. Oh yeah, fix all those together. 25 damage for only 25 gun skill strength 4. That is not bad. Does make me rather regret spending money on the varmint rifle, yes, I'll admit. Okay, as I was saying, down into the station, please. Because this is going to start making a lot more bloody sense than, yes, West Farragut Station. Because you might reasonably ask, Okay, hang on. What line is West Farragut attached to? I don't know. Doesn't really exist on the map, to be honest. I mean, maybe North Potomac? I don't know, but it's just so odd that the game directs you into your very first bloody metro station, and it just doesn't function as a metro station. Though what does function is this sign that you probably walked past without realising it was actually rather useful. The lit up lines are connections you can make in this game. The not lit up lines are stations where you may be able to access the actual, say, platform or entry area, but you can't actually travel along the tunnels to make it to the next. So from Friendship, I can make it down to Tenley Town, but you can't underground make it to DuPont, for the simple reason the tunnel has collapsed. But from DuPont, you can make it to Metro Central, and from there, you can go in any direction of your choosing. However, if you went as far as Beckton, you wouldn't be able to make it to Abernathy. That bit, you're gonna have to do above ground. But this is an actually accurate map. And bloody hell, Fallout 3 should have forced you to learn this thing. So here we go in Friendly Town, and a couple of ghouls that need to go down, actually. Couple of ghouls a little bit upset about this. Fortunately, they do a very dramatic roar before bothering to charge you. You're a roamer, so you're a little bit on the tougher side, but that's all absolutely a-okay. Couple of shots in the head should deal with you. I am low on ammo for this gun, by the way. Oh, bloody hell. Time just sped up again. There we go. There's that head explosion I was looking for. Maybe back over to, yes, the rocket launcher. Here we go, southbound, Tenley Town Station. We could have just been told in Megaton, go to the station, head south, follow signs for Tenley Town. If you're following the red line, you know you're going in the right direction. Handful more ghouls, don't you worry, buddy. In fact, you know what? You guys are standing next to each other. And I'm pretty good with the old explosives. So how about we just toss a few little grenades in your direction? 0% chance to hit. Well, that's a bit harsh, to be honest. Okay, just 2 over there in that case. So, grenade, even if you don't hit them. That's close enough to do the job. Lovely. We are now precisely where we were a second ago. At the sign, there is West Farragut Station over there. But doesn't my route just make so much more sense in terms of, you know, intuitively understanding the world and teaching the player how to navigate? The metro tunnels were just the biggest missed opportunity in this game. If they'd just done it in such a way as you actually learnt to use the damn tunnels, I think people would have had a much better time with the DC ruins overall. Ah, yes, and don't forget, by the way, the very first super mutant in the game, or rather, I suppose for me, not so much, but screw it, I'm just going to kill him by firing tin cans at him until he just decides to physics out, so... Oh, the rocket launcher is lovely. So, onto the platform. We are indeed at Tenley Town, meaning we now know to go up and get out of the station at our earliest convenience because we've now reached our destination. And why? Why wasn't it done this way? Okay, this would have made life so much easier for everybody going forward if we'd just been taught how to navigate the damn metro system. And here we go, we have made it to our destination, Chevy Chase, and I'm sure everybody knows how things go now because we're back where the plot wants us to be. So we just wander in the only direction we're allowed to wander, start crossing over this area, and in just a second, oh my goodness, there are super mutants everywhere. I sure hope some people in power armor show up to assist me. Oh my goodness, they all did, which is just beautiful, but one of you's even got plasma weaponry. Well, lardy conking da, but okay, let's just say this isn't the only way that this mission goes. It's probably the one you've seen, like, every time you've ever played this game. But there is actually an alternative way that this can play out. And to do that, we're going to have to go and meet Alternate Universe John. Okay, 1, I don't actually appreciate being called Alternate Universe John, and my universe is just as valid as that of the bastards. And 2, as you may have noticed, I'm here at Rivet City, because, well, as I'm sure you are very well aware, it's really easy in Fallout 3 to skip ahead in the plot a bit. You can literally just walk straight west from Vault 101 and find your father at level 2. No problem whatsoever. Alternatively, you can figure out where he's going to be going if you just happen to visit Project Purity, and the first playthrough I ever had of Fallout 3, I stumbled across those notes before meeting Dr. Lee. And speaking of Dr. Lee, of course, you can just go to her, she'll recognise you, and you'll be able to skip forward in that way. So there are multiple people you can speak to that mean you don't actually have to do the mission following in his footsteps. But if you do start doing everything in the wrong order, and then you start trying to go back in time to complete the mission you never actually bothered completing, the game gets a bit, funny, actually. So, now we can just speak to Dr. Lee, which skips things forward a bit.
It's you. My heavens, you look so much like him. You're James's daughter, aren't you? What are you doing here?
So there we go. Following in his footsteps has no choice but to be complete, because otherwise I'd have a mission to ask Three Dog something I already know. And speaking of that exact scenario, say at this moment I decide, actually, you know what, I would like the signal to GNR to be a bit stronger. Or maybe I just enjoy Three Dog's voice, I think he's a nice guy, I'm gonna go and help him anyway. Well, we've got a bit of a problem there. You see, this time when I show up and decide I'm going to get involved, well, one, the super mutants are already out and about. They're not just hiding over there, waiting to ambush me. And if instead I now decide I'm going to, yes, just go and get my reinforcements, you may notice there's a slight issue here, which is, the Brotherhood don't show up. Sarah Lyons is not here. So if you want to make your way to GNR now, you've got to do it yourself. You've got to take out every single super mutant. A number of super mutants that is set up basically under the assumption that what's going to be happening is you have got a squad of power armored folks helping you out, but no, you've just got to do it by yourself, which is an absolute cocking nightmare. There is, however, one very specific reason why this reality cannot stand. And that bastard, original Universe John as he calls himself, is the one we'll be going back to right now. So okay, this time I suspect this is going to be much easier. I'll just be, mopping up various bits and pieces, taking a few sniper shots at anyone that catches my fancy. May as well try and help myself to, a bit of XP while we're actually doing all this big explosion there. I'm sure it's all absolutely fine. We got ourselves... okay, everyone appears to be much better armed than I'm expecting at the moment. Just take a shot there. Hopefully we can get some XP if I do a large enough share of the damage. That would be beautiful. I am completely missing. And I'm getting no bloody XP either. Dear oh flipping dear. Right, just get over to you, buddy. Okay, everybody just stop taking them out with your bloody plasma weaponry. Not all of us have plasma weaponry. Okay? Right, I'm hearing trouble up ahead. Let's get nice and up on the old high ground. I can be a sniper yet, damn it. And, okay, they are clearing up the mutants a little bit too fast. I'm doing my best to assist, but they are just annihilating them. Okay, I got a crit. There was a Zoom drama thing. No, seriously, I'm just getting no experience. Here we go. Over there. That is the one man that we need to actually spawn. The man with the fat man and all his beautiful, beautiful mini nukes. Because if you actually do it the dumb way, where you just cause Lion's Pride to not bother showing up, this guy doesn't spawn. Meaning as a result of that, no fat man, no mini nukes, and I need to lose some weight in a hurry, actually. Okay, dumped a few mines. We're going to pick all this up later. It's fine, because, yes, even if you cause the Brotherhood to not spawn, that does not mean the Behemoth ain't coming to party. He's coming anyway, damn it. So, just to get to a nice defensive position over here, because I suspect in, just a moment, there might be some trouble. Here we go. Pretty sure that's trouble coming right now. You can also, by the way, just, work your way up the rubble to get straight over into this area, which means you are 100% completely safe under all circumstances. And now, we can begin murdering this bastard. So, one nice nuke right up the leg. Kinda missed, but he was 100% in the splash radius anyway. And now, well, that's Vargas in trouble. I really hope he's okay with me nuking this general area, and I do not have enough AP. Okay, just randomly start firing. Okay, Vargas is unconscious. Just fire over there. We're doing some good work here. We're doing some nice work. You need to clear out a bit of weight anyway. I'm pretty sure his legs are now screwed. So, okay, we can probably go over to something a little bit less overkill, shall we say. Right, straight back down again. These days, here we go, buddy. I've got some tin cans for ya. And now he's detected there is a local enemy. So he's going to start heading in this direction. But I'm going to take out a behemoth by just pelting him with tin cans. Because basically, screw you, you stupid loser. This is going to work. And there we go. Lovely. And finally, I get some bloody XP. Oh, a behemoth pushes me over the level. Beautiful. Okay, tell you what, some of the combat's a bit on the nasty side. I definitely would like some medicine, and I would not mind a lockpick moving in the direction of 50. And more importantly, oh, it's a perk level. I love it. So, okay. What have we got that's new? Oh, we have got so many perks these days. You see now right there. Light touch. So, I've got the agility. Repair a 45, 5% crit chance. I mean, for a crit build, that's pretty bloody good. Blend that with a bit of travel light and movement speed is never going to hurt, not in the slightest. And, oh, shotgun. The New Vegas shotgun perks are present. Oh, blimey. Well, that's rather exciting, actually, but okay. Okay. Let's go back to, yes, what I was actually thinking about in the first place, which is movement speed while sneaking. I can hardly turn that down. Oh, and we have got a wild selection of guns showing up here. The Behemoth has got a 12.7mm pistol, which is really, really damn nice, but I am barely going to be able to use the damn thing just because of limited ammunition. Also, I need to pick all my cans up because this is ammo if you're me, actually. Okay, thing of note number 2. Did anybody see where, yes, Initiate Reddin's corpse landed? Because I think she might have been the one with, yes, the plasma weaponry. There's a whole bunch of corpses hang about. Oh, there she is! Oh, yeah. Plasma rifle. Not bad at all. I am massively overweight here. Oh, but I tell you what. Her recon armor is just, oh, it is just superior to my, okay, well, screw the Vault 101 jumpsuit. We are just going to be, oh yeah, basically stealing everything off Initiate Reddin's corpse. Oh, but hello, sexy. The New Vegas disguise system is present, so, right, that's interesting. Potentially, are they going to have a problem with me being dressed as, yes, their dead friend who just died heroically outside, because... Okay, maybe don't wear that. And I think just for now, we'll, yes, pop the fat man in my locker at home. We'll, you know, come and grab it if I feel like it's a situation that would benefit from more nukes. And so we make it to 3 Dog, and, okay, couple of very interesting things about this laddie right here, which is, yes, despite how much you might suspect this would be the case, 3 Dog isn't actually unkillable. You could just shoot him dead right now, and if you do, that begins a mission you've almost certainly never seen before. The search continues. Following in his footsteps is now complete, in inverted commas, perhaps, but yes, instead of a Galaxy News Radio, which can't happen because he's not here to tell me to do it, we just get this brand new mission instead, which simply says, continue looking for your dad, which, yes, comes with no helpful advice whatsoever. Same thing happens, by the way, if you nuke Megaton before actually speaking to Moriarty. At that point, following in your footsteps just updates to say, look for your dad, and you have no idea where to find him. You just have to deal with the fact that you just killed the only person who might be able to help ya.
If 3 Dog were here, he'd say something witty. But he's not, because somebody killed him. So you get me playing music. Yay!
And there we go. We also get ourselves a brand new DJ for Galaxy News Radio, which keeps broadcasting immediately, despite the fact I'm standing in the room that, you know, broadcast it. But somehow, there's a new DJ. But no, that universe is too dark to be allowed to stand. Also, there's more stuff I'd like to show off regarding Three Dog. So obviously, he's about to ask me to help out with the good fight, get the dish, install it, diddly-diddly-dee. And I'm sure as many of you know, you can just use a speech check to bypass that, and get the information you need about your dad and Rivet City immediately. However, there's a follow-up to that some of you may be unfamiliar with.
When your dad passed through here, I spent a good long time talking to him about all kinds of stuff. He mentioned some scientific mumbo-jumbo which didn't make much sense to me. Something about a Project Purity. He also said something about going to visit a Dr. Lee in Rivet City. Then, he left in a hurry.
And there we go, Rivet City, our next destination. So that means we've got what we need. We could just go right now to find Rivet City. Except yes, as I say, there's an extra twist if you do it this way. Following in his footsteps complete, pile of XP, absolutely lovely, but now just turn yourself right around and go and speak to Three Dog again.
Consider this your lucky day. I just so happen to know the location of an old military weapons cache untouched by time. If you want to know more, you're gonna have to contribute to the good fight.
So go through the conversation again, just like we just did, and this time, because he's already given me the information about James, he'll offer me something else instead. Access to a supply of military goods. And now, as a result of that, Galaxy News Radio activates anyway. Previously it would have just been skipped over, but now, yes, I've actually got two main missions at the same time. Scientific Pursuits and Galaxy News Radio. So, okay, Galaxy News Radio. Now this is where what we were discussing earlier really becomes rather relevant, because Bethesda just went absolutely bananas on this mission. Oh, on the way out, by the way, don't forget to steal a big book of science, and yes indeed, there is clearly a way you are supposed to go. The quest marker tells you to go this way. You're clearly supposed to be going out the back entrance of the radio station to find your way to the museum. And there we go, down to the central DC region. And what the game would like me to do now is, yes, go to DuPont Station via the crashed car tunnel to go down the tunnels to reach Central Station, the central point where you can change between a red and white line, which we saw earlier, in order to go down another stop to get to the museum station. But that is an incredibly dumb way to go. It is a hugely long-winded way, and if you simply pay attention to the maps around the metro system, you'll be able to figure out what the correct solution is nice and easy. So, remember that map we saw earlier? I've just nipped back to that now. We are located, when we leave a GNR, up here, just past Tenley Town, not yet even at DuPont. So, we would have to go all the way down to Central, and then continue through Central, down towards Museum. 2 stops, and we don't even start at DuPont. We need to make our way there from GNR. That is not the optimal route to go, because Anacostia Crossing is only 1 stop away from Museum, and this here is the moment where Alternate Universe John and me happily reconcile, because Anacostia Crossing is literally right next to Rivet City. Though while I'm passing by Rivet City, which bafflingly has been ever so slightly redesigned, I do not know why, but yeah, the science lab, the door isn't just ahead of you anymore. You've got to turn back on yourself for some reason. Yes, they've kept everything, like, as close as they can to how it should be, but some things have just been ever so slightly redesigned. Maybe architecture works differently in New Vegas versus Fallout 3. But yes, Rivet City has just been ever so slightly changed. Anyway, we're not here to speak to Dr. Lee, don't you worry, but we have not had an episode so far where I haven't got a bobblehead. Oh, and that's interesting. Intelligence bobblehead. Magazines give me 5 extra skill points, so plus 25, not plus 20. So, okay, that and comprehension together, that is beautiful, actually. So, that in a hand, back outside, the plan confirms it. From Anacostia, it's only a single stop to Museum. Now, we do have to be a bit careful, because there are a handful of raiders darted about. So, okay, just take out some of them. Got a nice shooting gallery right here. should be able to handle them before they even see me. And there we... Okay, that was a somewhat good hit, but not good enough. And down you go too. Just to find ourselves. There we go. Northbound. Museum. If you just use the environment, you can navigate the city so much more easily than you might have expected. Also, this station is, by the way, just a strange example of, yes, being a bit bigger on the inside. So, Anacostia is right there. There's the actual platform. Then we walk around the corner. Takes about 20 odd seconds. And that's Museum Station. A distance which I remind you on the map is here to here. It is almost certainly the most egregious example in the entire game of distance making no cocking sense. But yep, there we go. Just follow the sign, Museum of Technology and Monuments. We're there. And, oh bloody hell, well this is just meant to be. Another good thing about the rocket launcher, of course. So many areas are just decorated with a huge amount of bent tin cans. Why are all these tin cans in a metro station? I don't know, but it's going to work rather in my favour, because for me, that's bloody ammunition. And there we go. We've made it. Behold the power of map reading. Yes, just, keep in mind, this is a large area with many super mutants in it, and we don't really want to go causing trouble with them. Okay, this seems like a good moment to get into bit of cover number 1. Then, right here, Museum of Technology, discovered that. Let's just see if we can get inside before anyone else decides they can see me. And, just got away with it, lovely. Okay, the Museum of Technology. I love the Museum of Technology. This is brilliant. This is actually one of my favourite dungeons. I think it's just a brilliant little microcosm of everything a dungeon should be. But okay, step 1, yeah, we got a couple of mutants as need taken out here, and I completely just missed you. Sorry about that, and that's going to be unfortunate. Would have definitely been better had that not happened. Still, if this does get nasty, I do have... Okay, yes, you. Right, we're just going to defeat the mutants by blasting them with tin cans. That's absolutely fine. This is a perfectly acceptable solution to what's going on right now. Just wait for it to be nice and nearby. And no, you don't, buddy. See if we can just get the gun out of his hand. No, he doesn't have a gun. And there we go. Tin can beats laser rifle. Lovely. But yes, the Museum of Technology. Obviously, we are here to collect a dish to help out old Three Dog, but there's so much else here as well. If you check every nook and cranny, every corner, you can get a lot out of this place. In particular, there are so many stealth boys dotted about. One over here, beautiful. And upstairs, 2 more as well. Love this little area, by the way. The halls of today are just a giant pile of rubbish because, well, that's what's happened. So, okay, it's a good little joke just to have right there. I do enjoy it. So, okay, just do a fair bit of looting. You can find some really valuable loot. But the really good stuff is hidden away for people who want to look at every single terminal. So, this lad over here, museum information. So yes, we can learn all about the various exhibits we're going to be passing through, but at the bottom here, 000. This here is a hidden, unmarked mission in the museum. So, hey Jigs, finally found a good place to ditch your share of the loot. It was hell getting it here, but I made it. I left the usual breadcrumbs all over the info terminals in this place. Their compute security was a joke. Complete the sequence, and you're home free. Make any mistakes, the system will lock you out. I'll meet you in the usual spot later. Good luck, Prime. And I suspect, yes, a lot of people just never understood this because it is very vague indeed what you're supposed to do. When he says the usual breadcrumbs and complete the sequence, that's because he signs off his name as Prime. So now if we go into number 1, what you're supposed to do is select the prime number, i.e. a number that is only divisible by 1 and itself. If you make a single mistake, you are locked out permanently. You can't go back to the beginning, you can't try again, that's it, you've just lost the reward attached to this mission. So, yeah, it's a very hardcore mission, if you like, with no do-overs whatsoever. Obviously, yes, 9 divisible by 3, 49 by 7, 30 by all sorts of bits and pieces. The correct answer is 19. So we put that in, magnificent, 01 confirmed. So we just need to find the other computers that do this dotted about. Reason I love this dungeon at number 2. It is a proper RPG dungeon. Okay, there are enemies in it, but there are plenty of ways to work around them. Just to sneak past those enemies, you don't need to fight them if you're not the sort of person that enjoys launching tin cans at your enemies for whatever nonsense reason. And instead, yeah, if you've been specialising in science, there is a turret control system right here. 2 turrets in the main room right there, possibly more than 2, I can just see 2 right now. So yeah, just sneak into this room, activate them, the turrets can deal with the mutants for you. You don't need to do it yourself if you're not naturally a fighter. Okay, round the corner into the next area. This is actually the last area. This is not a big dungeon, there's just a lot packed into it, which is just absolutely flipping marvellous, actually. And, oh my goodness, looks like that's what we actually want to be getting our hands on right there. But we're going to need to loop around to get it. Don't worry about that for now. Instead, yes, museum information. That was the wrong terminal. It was this one. I knew it was one of these 2, damn it. There we go. Number 2. And the correct answer is indeed 53. You can always eliminate anything that's an even number because that would be divisible by 2. So there you go. That's your correct response right there. Confirmed. Lovely. And a lovely thing about this area too, you've got a choice of ways to go. If you've got the right skill checks for it, you can go into the planetarium, which is a lovely, lovely shortcut that works for people who have got plenty of skill points going on. But if you don't have the skills for that, you need to cut through the Delta exhibit, which is, let's just say, a lot more blasty, though if you want to complete Jigsa's loot, you do need to go in this way anyway, so... Alright, how many mutants are we looking at round here? Because I'm guessing it's going to be then again. Actually, you know what? The game did just give me a big old pile of stealth boys, so why not? This was back in the generation when stealth boys were really, really good. Unlike Fallout 4, where they're kind of useless and only last 2.5 seconds. Alright, buddy, whack you on right there. And now we want to just get down to, yeah, the floor as fast as possible. We're going to the terminal right down bottom. And yep, this was the one. Got it right first time this time. So, number 3, right here. And the correct answer is 113. And with that, we have got what we need. Get the passcode. Boom. Nice job, Jigs. Need to remember the old days. Loot's in the security office safe in the upper part of the West Wing. Use the terminal there to get in. Enjoy your share. And meet me at the old diner outside Jury Street Metro Station. Because yes, this unmarked mission has a 2-part rewards. And now we want to get out of here as fast as possible. So, weapon away. Let's just get out of Dodge before any of the mutants realise anything is up. Straight back out again. And that is all we're going to need in this area. Door closed. Lovely. Oh, stealth boys, back in this generation, when they actually bloody worked. Though, arguably, were vastly overpowered. Also, it's still going. Still working right now. These things, they just lasted for years. But no, we're going in the planetarium because we are fancy skill-using RPG people, damn it. So, funny old thing about this room, which is we need to go that way ultimately, but that is pretty well locked up in terms of lockpick. We're going to be needing to use, yes, a beautiful, beautiful bit of computer hacking to get in. But some mutants are going to be spawning in behind me, so how about we leave them a lovely, lovely present, just so you know they have got no legs whatsoever when they make it to me. That just sounds better to my mind, so just a few more mines. I've got plenty. What's the point of, you know, having all these explosives if we never use the damn bastards? And then 32 rifle. That's pretty good. So, okay. In a moment, there we go. Planetarium opens up. I'm just going to go over in this direction because this door can be opened. Beautiful. Hard gun cabinet, but don't worry. There's a way into that down the line. And just a... There we go. I was just wondering when the explosion and death was about to occur. Still, they're not actually dead, because, yes, there's definitely... Okay, still not dead, but definitely wounded at this point. There we go, buddy. You've got a sledgehammer. And yeah, these are going to be slow super mutants, though. Okay. Here's interesting. What they've got is they appear to have the same behavior and speed as a regular Fallout 3 super mutant, but they've definitely picked up some armor. They've got some DT built in from New Vegas, so they're a little bit tougher than you might be expecting from Fallout 3. That was a crit. That's you nice and dead. Now in comes someone with... In comes the person who, yes, unfortunately didn't walk into the mines. I've decided you don't get a gun anymore. Also, why did we lose the ability to shoot guns out of people's hands? Okay, it was brilliant. We should get that back in Fallout 5, together with groin shots and eye shots. Give me options, Bethesda. Well, let's see if we get lucky here, just to shoot the gun, and... okay, bare minimum, we might have damaged it a bit, so let's just go over to my good old friend that's keeping me in the game, the rocket launcher. No, 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 tin cans for you. Honestly, why am I using anything else? The tin can cannon is doing so well. That's not a tin can, it's a giblet. Well, that's bloody useless. Still, this side, this is what we want. 25 science on this terminal, much more manageable. That gets me planetarium exit unlocked, so that was the, yes, 50 lockpick door opened up, meaning now we can get to the dish without going through the lovely, lovely rocket area. And, okay, even though this way brings you into contact with 2 super mutants, as we just said, the game just gives you 3 stealth boys in the opening area. If you were doing a complete no-kill run and had no skills in anything, you could just use the stealth boys as a crutch in this area and it would work. Okay, the laddie's in here. This is where we want to go. However, there are also mutants, so let's not go that way first, because side areas. Going to side areas, you've always got alternative solutions right here. And this one, in particular, rather useful. Turret control system. Okay, that is not going to be that useful to me, unfortunately. That would be science of 50. Can't activate that one. But on this occasion, yes, security office safe, that's all absolutely fine. This terminal, we can use to crack this open nice and easy. And here we go. Money, drugs, and the museum gun locker key. That hard-locked locker that we saw earlier. Gun cabinet, and, oh yeah, this here. This'll do, including... oh, missile launcher and pulse grenade, you say? Though yes, pulse grenades useless against regular enemies, very good against robots. Unfortunately, super mutants aren't robots. Still, we can use the security office to scout out what we're taking on. So, 1 mutant upstairs, pretty basic one. 1 downstairs, he might be a brute. Or something generally a bit worse, given, yes, there appears to be armor and whatnot. So, okay. That means if I were to, say, draw some attention, the first one that would reach any mines I were to lay down, that would be the tougher one, which is precisely what I want, so okay. Moira! She gave me some lovely bottle cap mines previously. How about we just pop one down right over here? And just in case that one doesn't take, we're going to fall back to the security office, which will be beautiful. Tin can! Oh, spectacular. Right there. That should be enough to significantly cripple him. Combine that with a missile launcher, because why the cock not, eh? This could go wrong so easily, but screw it, we're going to give it a go. And you're the one who's upstairs. No, no, no. No, 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 no. How about you, buddy? We just want to shoot you with 1 missile launcher. Okay, I've got a... apparently I've got 95 on his arm, so we'll go for the arm shot. Why not? So, fire missile. That's done a good bit of damage, and now we just turn and run, and I just shot myself. I was in the blast radius. I was very in the blast radius. That was bloody genius, John. Bloody genius. Okay, this was not really what I meant to happen. Blast radius was much bigger than I was anticipating. Arguably, the problem was, yes, room was much smaller than I was anticipating. It's fine. Like, only crippled maybe half my length. It's all absolutely a-okay. And one of you has got to be coming in this direction. Right? And, oh, I know what it was! I didn't blow myself up with a missile, or rather, I did, but it wasn't that heavy. What I did instead was... I blew up the bloody mines, didn't I? Okay, so basically I blew myself up twice right there. And, okay, let's try this again, but this time let's not blow myself up. Twice. Oh, I tell you what, John. Fire lance. That's a thing you've got that won't blow up the mine you're actually using right now. Then just wait for my friend to be walking nearby. Because ideally, sneak attack would be lovely. There we go. He's starting to be alert to me. 95% take it. And boom! Oh yeah, that flipping hurts, and it also sets him on fire. Because the name is, you know, Fire Lance and whatnot. Slow him down. Weapon away. Over to here. And yes, the brute is a lot tougher. But he saw me come this way. So eventually he's... There we go. That's better. That's much better. And... mine number 2 if we're lucky. There's mine number 2. So this time he's going to be... And screw you, buddy! No weapon for you. That's how you do it. The second time, ignore the first time. That gets me inside here. Grab the thing. We can be on our way, though. There's even more backstage if you want to just keep exploring backstage. So yeah, the passageway down below, that goes into the rocket exhibit at a different level. Oh yeah, there's a little backstage area right here, just some more generic loot if that's what you are after. Some more bits of lore, museum maintenance, desks, etc. It's just a really, really nice area. There's a key right here, so yeah, you can start opening up any doors as need opening up. There's just so much here, so many different ways you can get from point A to point B. But yeah, fight, hack terminals, lock doors, sneak in with the stealth boys the game gives you. There are so many options as to how to complete this area. And hidden missions hidden inside the mission area. It's just a really, really damn nice, well put together dungeon that is tiny in terms of square footage, but there's so much good stuff here. Oh, and speaking of sneaking, yeah. As we're going back out into the mall, as I don't really want to attract too much attention, I'll burn another stealth boy. I mean, they do have weight. You need to use them at some point or another. We're making our way over towards the Washington Monument right there. There's a fair few super mutants that might detect me now. I could just run away from them. I could probably take it. There are some Brotherhood sorts a little bit further up nearby to the monument, but screw it. What's the point of having stealth boys if you never use them? Here we go, no trouble at all. If you want to clear out some mutants, just get their attention, hide, let these losers deal with it for you. But no, not today. Today, we're on official radio-related business. Okay, plug thing onto thing, and the radio is now flipping working. And as you can see there, yes, the mission doesn't just say return to 3 Dog, it specifically mentions the military goods he's promised me for doing it this way.
This holotape contains the location of the weapons cache. I hope you put them to good use and keep up the fight. Remember to keep us tuned in while you're out there, and watch yourself.
And there we flipping go, got the information, and just about pushed myself over to level 7 as well. Beautiful. And I can just get lockpick up to 45. Which is rather useful because, yes, I believe I do have a bit of apparel that could boost lockpick by 5 already. So, you know what? I'll take it. That'll do nicely. Still, ignore the weapons for a moment. We'll get back to them later. Imagine instead, I'd just been told about Dr. Lee, my dad, and Project Purity, and thus was supposed to be making my way to Rivet City for the first time. And I'm going to use my psychic powers right now to predict how you at home make your way to Rivet City, not only the first time you played, but every time that you play this game, which is the same way basically everyone does. You go outside the DC ruins, maybe by fast travelling to Super Duper Mart or West Farragut, and then you walk down the river. Alright, you get hit by the Raider ambush that's over here. There's some more mutants over here. There's the big mutant camp right over here. Then you walk around the corner to Rivet City. And that is complete and utter cocking nonsense. And if you've been paying attention, you'll know why. And why it is ridiculous that this is what the quest marker is suggesting I ought to do right now. After all, remember, we have literally just been at the Museum of Technology. Straight down onto the platform, southbound to Anacostia. Brilliant. Straight into this tunnel. It is literally like 20 seconds round the corner. That brings me straight into Anacostia, where once again I am a matter of 10 odd seconds round the corner. Handful of raiders, but these are basic raiders, like maybe 4 or 5 of them in the entire station. And round the corner, there it is. There's the platform, there's the exit right up there. In fact, it's so bloody convenient and easy, I am just genuinely shocked that, for some reason, Three Dog doesn't just say, hey, if you want to get to Rivet City, the easiest way would be go back to Museum Station and head south 1 stop. Why doesn't the game provide you with metro directions? And there we go. Straight outside Anacostia Crossing, and there's Rivet City. It is 10 times faster to do it this way than do what the quest marker tells you to do, which is go back to the north, then loop all the way around the waterfront, which is catastrophically inefficient. But it's what I used to do, basically, every playthrough, because, okay, just, if there's one thing you take away from this series, next time you play Fallout 3, just use the metro map. It makes the DC ruins just such a nicer area to navigate. Still, let's not worry about Rivet City for now, especially as, oh yes, we've got some exciting treasure hunting to do out in the Wastelands. The much more exciting bit of Prime's reward is waiting for me by Jury Street Metro, and to the north, that's where Three Dogs military supplies are waiting. So next week we'll be heading out into the Waste to do some treasure hunting, but to wrap up today, oh, I've got something very special in mind. Something, in fact, I promised a couple of weeks back. You see, a few days have passed, so if we were to, say, return to Moriarty's saloon right about now, I suspect that somebody might have written us a rather lovely letter.
This letter came for you. I run a saloon, not a post office. But does anyone listen? No. Well, go on, take the damn letter already.
And here we flipping go. Love letter from Mr. Burke. Beloved, I must beg your indulgence a little while longer. I am not yet able to send for you. Stay in Megaton. Once my business is concluded, I will send for you, and we will live happily as man and woman. The memory of your beauty and sweet aroma lingers in my memory. Have patience, my love. Soon we shall be together once again. Yours very truly, Mr. Burke. See, I wasn't joking. This man falls in love harder than basically anyone else in the entire Fallout franchise, and this is not the extent of his love for me. No. This is the first of a series of letters that we will be getting over the course of the game. Oh, Fallout 3, you've got so much wonderful stuff hidden away. Still, I would say that is more than enough for now. Next time, we are heading back out into the Wasteland and doing some treasure hunting, and I can't help but notice that, yes, the treasures we're seeking happen to be very close by to Arafu. So, how about we go hang out with some vampires at the same time? Oh yes, that sounds like just the flipping thing. So, hopefully, you join me next week for that. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been many a true nerd. And this has been Fallout, Tale of Two Wastelands. Thank you very much, and goodbye. If we just hide the bodies, nobody needs to know about this. Yes! My stupid plan has worked! It turns out I'm a genius! The giant rat scorpion is not gone! Oh, hang on, there's more yet, though. I'm still being very shocked. Guys, where's the NCR? Nobody needs to know.